Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. Real Madrid 1, Athletic Club nil. Um, First of all, I am actually feeling a little bit sick, so I think I might just keep this video a little bit more short. Um, which is why this video is getting posted late because I'm recording late. Um, as I still have to go and record the Getafe preview right after this. Um, but Real Madrid get a massive win against a very good side. I think Athletic Club are a very good side under Ernesto Valverde. Um, and let's not forget, this is a team that are in the last four of the Europa League. They are fighting for the top four in La Liga, and they have also beaten us earlier this season. So this is not an easy game, and obviously people are talking about they started their B team. It's not really entirely true. I think you look at their starting 11, they've got some very good players. Unai Simon is a very good player. Guruzeta, BANGER. Um, of course, defensively, it does look a little bit weak, but I do like Aito Paredes, Jallo on the wing. Of course, the likes of Danny Vivian, Sanchez, Inaki Williams. Um, they were all rested, and I think Nico Williams was out with an injury. Um, so that was a big absentee, but nonetheless, still a very tough um, opponent to face, and to get that job done puts the pressure on Barcelona, who have just beaten Mallorca as well. Like I said, I'm recording this late. Yes, I know. But obviously, just you have to just keep winning. Whatever games you have to just keep winning. And yeah, it's just great. Like I've said before, I'm not going to, expect um, this season, especially this season, but I would take a result over a performance. Earlier this season, we've said it, winning a game 1-0 and playing football that isn't that great is better than playing beautiful football and losing 1-0. Let's just put it that way. Now, I'm not, in no way am I trying to defend the fact that this team just don't have that play style, don't have tactics. There isn't anything about this team that you look at Barcelona, you look at Liverpool, you look at PSG, and you go, these teams are playing beautiful football, and that is why they are successful this season. I don't look at Real Madrid and think that, and I don't defend Carlo Ancelotti. I don't defend the tactics, but sometimes you just gotta go through. And I was watching, I think it was ESPN, and I think um, one of the hosts was basically saying at this point of the season, it is pretty much, you know, just not bother about the sort of football that you play, whether it's beautiful, but just go and get that result. So I do agree to a certain extent. I do believe that the results now are very important. I think, especially when we play Barcelona in um, next weekend, and obviously we are playing them again in a couple of weeks. I'm not gonna sit here and say that without playing good football we will win, because I think Barcelona are a different animal than Bilbao and a different animal than Alaves, as we have seen, obviously against Arsenal twice. But hopefully this kickstarts, and we've said this so many times this season, but hopefully this does kickstart some sort of momentum. It probably won't, because I think this team has lost that sort of spirit, in a sense, where when you win a game and then you keep winning, and when you finally play that big game, you start to crumble. And I don't have that optimism that we will 100% keep this going. Which is why, for the now, for the current, obviously, I am happy with that victory. But obviously, a lot to improve. It's 1-0, it's a 93rd minute winner. It could have been a 0-0 draw. And you look at the stats, yes, Real Madrid 22 shots to 3, 7 shots on target to 1, 74% possession. 3 times basically the amount of passes, nearly 3 times. It really was a dominant game. And that, you would say, is a good thing. But it's a 1-0 win. And it's a 1-0 win that has come in the 93rd minute from a worldie, from Fede Valverde yet again. So, it's not pretty, it's not brilliant, but you get the job done. And I think that is the biggest takeaway. Just to get the job done. Which I think is quite important. But yeah, like I said, when I'm recording this, Barcelona won, which means they are now back to 7 points clear. Real Madrid will be playing Getafe tonight, later on actually. So yeah, big pressure on Real Madrid now. But yeah, let's talk about this game. Not a lot to talk about really. There's the one goal, Fede Valverde, brilliant strike. It comes off Brahim getting the ball, trying to twist and turn, losing the ball. I think the defender clears it straight to Fede Valverde, and on the volley. I mean, that is a beautiful goal, really. And this guy just scores absolute bangers time and time again. He's proven it. Yeah, another brilliant strike that saves the game. But overall, it was boring. I mean, if I go through the team, Courtois made a big save, but he didn't really have much to do apart from that save, which I think happened around the hour mark. Fede Valverde was brilliant. The defense wasn't too bad. Asensio, Rudiger, Camavinga playing on left back got involved in a few attacks, had a couple of shots. The midfield of Modric, Tchouaméni, Ceballos gave good control to the midfield. And then obviously the attack with Bellingham, Rodrigo, Vinicius. Bellingham had a couple of opportunities, didn't take them. Just looked very frustrated. Jude Bellingham, he's looking very frustrated lately, and I just think that he needs that time off. I think, obviously there's a Club World Cup, but I just think he needs that time off in the summer to just go on his holiday, go on his vacation, just go and take a month and a half, 2 months to just clear your mind. Because obviously he's playing a lot of football with club and country, but I just think that it's getting to him. He's feeling it, and I like that. I like that personality and character that he possesses. But I feel like he's getting very frustrated when you see him on the pitch. He does get very frustrated. And I'm just worried that he might do something stupid. Get a red card, 2 yellow cards, something like that again. So, yeah, looking very frustrated, but had a couple of opportunities, didn't take them. We move. Vinicius Jr., I thought played quite well, to be honest. Had a goal disallowed for offside, correctly, of course. It was offside. Was doing a lot of good work, and I've seen people sort of criticize Mbappe. I mean, first of all, what has Mbappe done? He's been suspended. He's on the bench. He's not on the bench. He's in the stands, right? That's what I meant. But he has not done anything to be involved in this conversation. If we want to talk about Vini Jr. having a good game, then we can praise Vinicius Jr. for having a good game. But I feel like this sort of rivalry, comparison that we're having between Vini and Mbappe, no. Let's not compare these players. Let's support them to play well together. Because Mbappe at his peak and Vinicius Jr. at his peak should be It hasn't been, but should be unstoppable. And maybe what has gone wrong is we have compared them too much. We have. I mean, Rodrigo is the man who is sort of the third man. He's just sort of not really in this conversation, really, which is also, I think, very disrespectful. But I think between these two, in Vinicius and Mbappe, I think we should just enjoy and embrace both. I think there is absolutely no reason, especially Real Madrid fans, by the way, to compare and sort of deflect the blame to the other. I mean, if Vini is having a good game, it's not Mbappe. It's not, oh, Mbappe is the one letting this team down. And if Mbappe is the one having a good game, you can't entirely blame Vini for that. And yes, they've had their bad games this season. Yes, Vinicius Junior hasn't been at his best that we know he can produce. Yes, Mbappe hasn't been at his best we know he can produce with PSG and France. But it takes time for them to click, and I hope next season we will see that improvement in the attack. And yeah, like I said, Rodrigo being the third man, but getting a lot of criticism for some reason. I didn't thought he was that bad. Obviously, not as involved as Vinicius was, so probably didn't get that headline. But I don't think he was poor. I don't think he was terrible. It was just a quiet game, really. But massive win for Real Madrid, and yeah, we've got Getafe next, so hopefully we can win that one. It's a tough game away at the Colosseum. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the notification, subscribe to the channel on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.